Right, hello you lovely people, and welcome to my sales roundup video. At this time of year we're not really going out sourcing a great deal, so there's very little in the way of haul videos coming out, so I thought I'd put out another sales video. I know a lot of people enjoy these. They're a great way of sharing information and sharing some cool sales that I've had. In this one I'm going to do a little bit of Amazon. I think the Amazon sales will come first, and then I'll share a load of stuff that's sold on eBay. But before we get onto that, I just want to say a huge thank you to the support that Andrea has been getting with her videos. You've probably noticed that Andrea is doing Vlogmas, so she's doing daily vlogging about, there's reselling stuff in there, but it's about our sort of daily lives and what's going on in our life at the moment. And she's getting loads of great comments, and so yeah, she really appreciates that, and I really appreciate the support she's getting as well. So thank you so much for that. They will continue up until Christmas, and then the channel will go back to kind of how it always was, with more sales and hauls and eBay stuff and Amazon stuff. So anyway, on with this. I'm going to try and set up a screen share in a second, and let me find the right tab. Hold on. Why is that not working? Right. So if that has worked, you should now be seeing this one. Right, this is in Amazon. So I sent a load of Guitar Hero stuff up not long ago. This was the first one to sell. I priced these real top end and got $69.98. This was Xbox 360. If I just go into the product, it was that one. I can't remember if this one was boxed or not. I don't think it was boxed. But yeah, really pleased with that price that I managed to get on that. This is pre-fees. There will be FBA fees to come off. But yeah, happy with the price I managed to achieve on that one. This was a great one as well. This was Spiring Vintage Board Game. On eBay, these seem to be really struggling to sell. There was very little sales data for this product on Amazon. The picture that's on there is awful as well. Mine was in way better condition, so I added a load of pictures for to it as well. You can see at the prices here, look. I don't know if there's any higher ones. See, someone's got it on FBA for 20, similar there. I managed to get $29.99. I think because mine was in fantastic condition. So yeah, $29.98. Again, before fees, but yeah, really happy with that. That cost me £1 at the car boot back in the summer. Really nice vintage game, but for whatever reason, just wasn't selling on eBay, so I elected to send that into Amazon. Another good sale here. This was a Hasbro Nerf End Strike Havoc Fire. This is the big, see if I can get a better picture. Large that a bit. Yeah, it's that one. I've been selling off these belts recently as well. I had one that didn't work and broke it down. I had this listed at more. I think I actually had it listed at about 200, but a lot more sellers came on board recently, and I reassessed it and marked it down to, oops, hold on. Oh, hope that didn't show. Yeah, I marked it down to $94.99, and yeah, I was pleased with that. Really happy with that. I think it owed me £5, something like that. I can't remember when I got this one. Not sure, but yeah, it won't have owed me a lot. So that was a great sale. These you may remember from the mega haul I had. Had a load of these Sega Mega Drive handheld little consoles, and I did list them on eBay, and then I sent a couple to test the water up to Amazon. Nobody had any stock for ages, and there was very little sales data. I wasn't sure if they were going to sell up there. Sent a couple up, and they sold straight away at £25, and I thought, okay, there's demand for these, because they sold super fast. So I sent a load more in and upped the price. And now I feel a bit daft that I took 25 on the first couple, because the rest have sold at 50, and they've sold out now. So I did fantastically well on those. They owed me £5 each from that mega haul. So yep, they went really well. Right, we're now onto eBay stuff. This is one of Andrea's sales. This has been listed a while. You can see this was when we were at the shop. You can see the clothing shop in the background there. So this one's been on for a couple of months, but we held out for the top end, which was £15 on this. This isn't a proper vintage pony. It's a G3, so third generation. But yeah, still quite a nice one. Well worth the time to take a lot of pictures on these so the collectors can see exactly what they're getting. That was 50p. We bought a load of ponies at a garage trail thing we went to. We bought a huge bundle of them at 50p each. So yeah, nice returns from 50p with shipping on top. Oh, I thought I'd add this. I'm still selling CDs, but nowhere near the numbers I used to do. I've just moved away from it. But if you can find the obscure and the rare stuff, there's still some money in it. Not a great deal on most things, but this was a pretty rare item. Stuck it on at £12.99, free shipping. I tend to do, I've said this before, but media, especially if it's large letter size, I tend to do free shipping. But yeah, it's just nice to see that go. Like I say, I don't do much in the way of CDs anymore. I used to do loads. I used to do tons and tons of bundles and stuff. But I just, for whatever reason, I've moved away from that a bit now. But I do still love buying and selling CDs. This one you may have seen in one of Andrea's vlogs. Excuse me, I'm really bunged up. Got a bunged up nose. Yeah, this was a Rainbow Bright doll. We forgot we had this. It was in a box or a crate of plush that I found the other day. So Andrea cleaned it up. It came up really, really nice. Yeah, there were some marks on the face and on the plush itself. So yeah, and that went straight away. We did take an offer of 15. It listed at 20. 15 was about kind of the going top end rate, but Andrea listed at 20 just in case somebody might pick it off with offers on, and we took what we thought was a reasonable price, and that sold within hours of being listed, so that was great. This was also in that video. This was a plush My Little Pony. This is a generation 1 from 1986. Yeah, nice item. These are getting harder and harder to find. The hair was not in good condition. You can see how sort of matted and not particularly nice the hair is, so that did limit its value a bit, but it cleaned up well, and that sold again within hours. We took an offer of, I think it was 18, not sure, 17 or 18, and again, I think Andrea said in one of the videos they were 20p each, these plushes. So yeah, great return on that one, and sold almost instantly. Another item that sold within hours was this Playmobil set. This has been in a couple of vlogs recently. Really nice set. Well, it was 2 sets actually. There was that surgery set which had the box, and then this clinic, and I lumped them together, and I had a load of extra figures. So I added a load of little kids and sort of doctors and nurses and stuff just to pad it out. And then listed at what I thought was top end, which was 40, and that went, yeah, same night I listed it. So pleased with that, and it owes me, I think, about £6, something like that, from what I remember. Not a lot, so happy with that one. These brooder trucks, you may remember I sniped a load of these on Local Collection a couple of months back. I have one of the trucks left now, a garbage truck, which is yet to sell. All the other trucks have gone. I didn't get as high as I was hoping on these because they all had condition issues. Some of them were in worse condition than I first thought. So I came down on a lot of them. I've sold pretty much, yeah, the vast majority of that lot. I've got a few of the tractors and a couple of the diggers left, but yeah, they've gone really well. This pair I sold at 30. There you can see the pictures, with £7.99 to cover the courier costs by Hermes. So I expect they'll be given to some kid for Christmas. Really, really nice things. So that's those gone out the door. I listed all my South Park plush the other day. I've sold 3 already. This is one of those. I love this figure. It's a Frozen Kenny. Yeah, pretty good condition. Still had its tags, which I think helped me get the higher end of what these were going for. The market seemed really flooded. So 15 seemed the top end of what I could expect with shipping on. So that's what I went for. They've been selling for way less than that a lot of the time. A lot that were going on auction were going like silly cheap. So yeah, I'm quite pleased with that price. And it only took a few days to go, so that was good. These have been on for a couple of weeks. Pleased they've gone. Got $15.99. This is a Mike the Knight helmet, and that's just a like little electronic shield thing, little game. So I bundled the pair together. They owed me £2, I think I paid on those. No, £1 on that and 50p on the hat, so 150 I think it was. These finally sold one of these. I had a massive media haul back in the summer. That was when all the guys came down to stay in Hitchin, and we went to the boot sales and I got a massive media haul. The vast majority of all of that has gone. I've had these kicking around for a while. I sent a couple up to Amazon. They haven't sold up there. Reduced the price on these to 20 with free shipping because they shipped a large letter, and finally sold one. So that's good. Got one set left here and a couple up at Amazon. Pretty obscure, out of date format that, so slow sellers by the look of it, but glad to shift it. I'm way into profit on that entire deal, like hundreds and hundreds of pounds, so it's just all bonus what I can sell now. These were part of the huge haul I had recently. That's what they look like in the box. These EDZ motorbike base layer outfits. I've got loads of them. I can't remember, like oh, here you go, 40. 39 left, 1 sold. Yeah, I'm glad they've started selling. I knew there was good value in these, but they're selling slower than I'd hoped. There's a couple of sellers who have sold loads off the good till cancelled listings, so they're right at the top of the search engine results. So I'm struggling to compete with those guys a little bit. But yeah, yeah, great money. I think I am in these for £10 each, so a big chunk of profit on that. I've done them free shipping just because everybody that was selling them was doing it that way, and you know, I've factored it into my cost anyway, so it's all good. I'm just glad to see those starting to go. Oh, I love these. These are vintage Casio, kind of 1980s little keyboards. Picked this one up back in the summer. I think it was £1 or £2, and that sold really fast at 25, which is the real top end of what these go for. But it was in good nick, just some slight wear on the box, as you can see there, but really nice condition. Tested it, worked perfectly. Yep, straight out the door. These DJ Heroes have started selling now. I settled on £25. That includes the shipping. Again, yeah, it just seemed the right way to go with this because it's media and other people were doing similar things. Yeah, they owe me £5 each, so not big money in it after you take the shipping out of that, but it's not too bad. I do have bloody loads of them though. I've got 20 listed on this listing, but I've actually got 50 something in total. I've sent a few up to Amazon. I've got the merchant fulfilled on Amazon as well as FBA, and I've got them running on eBay. So at least they've started selling. So, you know, I know they will shift, even if it's just ticking along. So that's good. This was a nice little sale, £35 for Star Wars Risk. Can't remember the reason I didn't send this to FBA. I think it just seemed to sell for more on eBay for some reason, so that's what I elected to do. It's been on a while. It's been on a good couple of months, but I was happy to wait to get the high end of what they tend to sell for. So that was nice, real Christmas item. So I expect that's why that's sold now. More Nerf stuff. Very pleased with this. £50 with shipping on top for 2 of the Stampedes. Now these are like they're automatics. You put batteries in and you just hold the trigger down and it fires off a whole, however many you can get in your magazine. Really nice guns. Discontinued ones as well, I believe, so getting harder to get hold of. And yeah, stuck them pretty much top end at 50 for the pair, and waited, I think, about 2 weeks for those to sell. So pretty swift turnaround on those. What have we got left? A couple of little bits left. This was a nice sale. This sold super fast as well. Andrea listed this. This was pick up. Andrea found this at that filler bag jumble that we vlogged. You may remember us showing this. So it owes us nothing really. You know, you could say it owes us £1 at most. And we took, well, it sold for 35 with £3.99 shipping on top. Really nice thing, and a lot of demand for this. As soon as this went live, we started getting offers. We were getting offers left, right, and centre, and turning them down. And eventually, it went. Lovely, lovely thing. It looked unused, and these are expensive new. Hence, they go really well secondhand. So that was a great little sale. And the last one is just some Duplo. I showed recently, I did a load of Thomas, like stations and scenery as a lot, and got, I think it was 40, was it 40? Might have been 40 or 35 for that. I sold all the Thomas trains from that lot separately and got about 40 or maybe more back for all the trains. And then I had this lot of track left over. And yeah, pleased with that actually. 45. I really wasn't sure where to go. There weren't many similar lots that had sold on Buy It Now. There were lots of similar lots on auction that had sold for varied prices, from, you know, low sort of 15 to 20 pounds up to sort of 30 plus on auction. It was really hard to gauge how far I could push this. Like I say, very, very few Buy It Nows. So I just went for it really, and kind of plucked a figure out of thin air at 45 with shipping as well, so 50 all in, and got it. So yeah, chuffed with that. I think when I listed it, I imagined I'd have to take an offer or come down, but no, they've gone, and didn't have to wait very long for those either. So more than happy with that. They owe me nothing. I'm well into profit on all that Duplo a long time ago. So yeah, chuffed with that one. Right, that's the last thing I have. So if I just stop screen share. Right, so you should be back with me. Anyway, I hope there's a few bits in there that were helpful or interesting for you. Please give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and I'll speak to you guys soon. Bye for now.